This is what they call the lean season in South Sudan, that time of the year when food from the last harvest is running out and before the next one arrives. This year it's particularly lean. They're planting groundnuts in the village of Mangala now, just ahead of the rains. The village granaries are all but bare. The Abraham family showed me theirs. Last season's crop failed under a combined assault from bad weather and pests, and now it's empty.
Nothing. Since we filled it 2 years ago, it's been mostly empty like this. There hasn't been a good harvest. People just store furniture in there.
But in Juba, an hour's drive away, the market is full of food. Almost everything you see here has to come by road from Uganda, and that makes it way too expensive for most ordinary people to afford. Take the onions, for example. They're worth about $25 for one of those big buckets, and that's more than double what it was about a year ago. In fact, almost everything has doubled in price. So this isn't about a lack of food to eat. This is an economic crisis. The cheapest food used to come through Sudan, but since South Sudan won independence a year ago, almost nothing has come from the north. The local currency, the pound, has also collapsed. The government stopped exporting oil through the north, so it's running out of cash. It's cutting back on salaries and big projects, so there isn't enough money for even basic supplies. The prospect of a conflict with Sudan makes things worse.
War breaks out, it's going to be catastrophic because the government may not have the resources to get food from outside to supply the country because already there's a huge deficit.
South Sudanese are stoic people. If they survive the bloody days of the war for independence, they say a few more months until the next harvest ought to be easy. But the economy is barely on its feet. Another war would make a tough situation so much worse.